Yeah, like the banks in 2008, he is too big to fail.
He's fucking up on the production side of his Amazon thing.
That's just kind of crazy.
But that happens in all reality game shows like that.
No, apparently this one was even worse.
See, but people say that, but I don't believe it, dude. The Survivor horror stories, Big Brother, and Challenge horror stories.
People died there. Yeah,
you know what I mean. Like, it's bad. I'm not saying what they're doing is wrong, but all reality TV
they're trying to run and gun.
I don't watch those reality TV shows either.
Yeah, I mean, the other ones be getting people drunk and not feeding them. So, like,
I mean, but come on, that's a fucking Saturday if I'm lucky.
Yeah,
you know, like what the fuck.
So it has in 3 days it has 73 million views.
Yeah, I'm not surprised. I mean, that's probably average for him, right? Like,
correct.
I mean, to have the New York Times, was it New York Times, to come after you, dude?
Mm-hmm.
But every major outlet, because of clicks nowadays, comes after anybody with any.
They ain't coming after me, dog.
I'm gonna let you know they will when they're ready.
Hope. If I see my face on a fucking New York Times front page, dude, I'm nutting. I can't wait.
You act like these news sources are super credible and super about telling the right thing.
The New York Times is. That is objectively. No, it is.
Nah. You act like they. So you're telling me they've never run a story before they had all the information, or like a story that may have put something in bad light without.
So no, that's impossible, right? Like you can't say that, but like that goalpost is too ridiculous. Like that's you're saying that human beings can be infallible, but that's just wholesale untrue.
Yeah, you're talking about like Florida Man stuff, where like they put out the headline, "The Florida Man does this," before like they even get the facts.
But like they hold themselves to like journalistic standards that like they do expect all of their journalists to uphold, right? And when they don't, they make a huge fucking deal out of it. It happened recently, and I have to look up which one it was exactly. But like just recently, they were like, this person wasn't doing the right steps and doing the right things, so we scrapped the story or stopped publishing it and then published something else saying like this dude was not doing things correctly. So like they do take that shit very, very, very seriously.
I mean, their title for one of them is "Willing to Die for Mr. Beast" and $5 million.
That's the article we're talking about.
Yeah,
I mean, those people are willing to die. They're putting themselves in harm's way.
That's clickbaity though, because like he's not like if someone actually dies, sure. If you sprain your ankle, if these people are spraining their ankles,
no, but it ain't just spraining no ankles, dude. Okay.
What happened to these people?
I saw the article. They were saying that they like withheld insulin from them.
Yeah, they were withholding like medication from them.
Yeah,
or even like feminine hygiene products. And they were like, "No, I started my period. Like, I really need my shit." And they're like, "This is not a medical emergency."
And they're just like, walking around with bloody fucking undergarments.
Yeah, or even just fucking withholding like clothes and shit from them. Like, I know that's not like life threatening or whatever.
No, one like little thing that wasn't like really a thing was like this girl was like, "Oh, I'm a little bit peckish. Can I eat a banana?"
No. She had diabetes.
Oh, is that the diabetes?
And she was like, I need a banana because my blood sugar is low. And they were like, we can't do that because then we would have to give everybody else a banana. Yeah, which like, I'm not against that. It's a game show, but also that person is willing to die for it unless they quit, right?
But also too, what was like the thing is like certain contract stuff, because I'm sure people went on like Fear Factor and stuff and were like eating stuff that was like, oh man,
but that was back in the day. We're coming on.
Yeah, you can't really compare. Yeah, like back in the day shit to right now.
They're going on a show and they sign a contract. Now, if the contract
totally agree, but that doesn't take away from the fact that headline is still true. Then people are willing to die for the $5 million that Mr. Beast is willing to throw at him. Because the motherfuckers.
What did that person do though? Did they?
I don't know. I have no idea what she ended up doing. I would imagine she's just lost.
Yeah,
but she was still willing to put her life at risk up until that point. You know.
I mean, that's not understanding going the show you're going on as well, though. Like, if I have an ailment and go on a show, like that's the unfortunately it's definitely unfortunate for her. Like, so she probably shouldn't go on Survivor, because even on Survivor, I don't know how they deal with diabetes.
But she probably only did this because she was like, oh shit, it's Mr. Beast, dog.
Yeah,
like he's gonna have eyes.
He's not gonna kill me, right?
Right?
No, he is.
Banana, sir, please give me a banana, sir.
But yeah, like if that person went on Survivor, they would have had the same exact problem. Shit, people on Survivor be losing like 40 pounds, like, and because I don't know how long it runs, but like they be skeletons.
But Survivor has a different implied like understanding of it as well, right? I don't think anybody thinks Mr. Beast and thinks they're going to withhold food from me, you know?
Yeah, Survivor also has a different fan base, and like you would think their fan base would know the risks.
And it's
Jimmy's is just a bunch of kids,
and it's been going for like 30 fucking years.
Yeah.
Like, yes, at this point, if you go on Survivor and don't understand that you have to fight for your food, you're an idiot, right? But like, you don't really know what this Mr. Beast thing is going to be like because it's the first time he's ever done it. You know? Like, this is not like something he's done a billion times. Like, sure, he's held competitions and stuff like that, but like, there's no precedent for this, you know?
Yeah, I would need to know what the outlines for his game were. Now, if it's straight up,
I mean,
come to do this Mr. Beast video, like, game pretty much, and it just like, you know, be expect anything, like, that's too vague. Now, if they're like, oh,
I think it was,
because if it's that vague, then it's like, okay, that's not fair to people that have ailments and stuff like that, because because even though, say you're giving them banana gives them a competitive advantage, them having diabetes already puts them at a disadvantage. So like a disadvantage. So like I would need to know what they sign themselves up for.
I mean, read that fake news media article. I'm sure they have it. They have to have it.
There was also another instance where like people were like grouping up, so they would have to grab like a colored shirt, and all the dudes wanted to be the leaders, rushed, trampled over people, and didn't give out their shirts to like women because they knew it was going to be a physical challenge.
Yeah, so, but like, I mean, but that kind of shit happens in other reality TV shows too, though.
Being like trampled, like purposely fucking rushing to get the uniforms.
No. That's not. But it's a competitive competition.
No,
it's not like they were like. Now, if they were like punching these women in the face.
I mean, trampling is punching them with your fucking feet.
Yeah, no one wants to be trampled.
But trampling, it just that doesn't mean technically that's what's going on. If they all rushed to the area and the women were on the bottom, I don't know how the shirt grabbing thing went.
Yeah,
like because if it's all they rushed to the area and people got knocked over, like it's unfortunate. But like it's also a competition, so that's like saying like, so if I get knocked over, everyone should stop and like, oh, watch out for me. Like,
I mean, but that's a safety thing. That is like, I guarantee that shit would never happen on Survivor right now or any of the other game shows. They would not allow someone to get trampled on, like, I mean, stepped on. It wouldn't happen.
The challenge season 40 just came out. This season that's currently airing just had a bunch of similar accusations, and they're on their 40th season that they've been running forever.
Yeah, but that's fucking MTV or whatever, man.
Yeah,
like
but it's still ran by a big company like Paramount Plus
like,
organization.
That doesn't make it any better. Just because the other ones are doing it, it doesn't make it right.
But for everyone to be like, oh, I can't believe that this is happening during a Mr. Beast game, it's wrong on all these games to do it. But people are over here pushing the narrative that like, oh, Mr. Beast is like the first one doing this, and I can't believe he's doing this. When I'm like, no, when you run game shows like that, especially physical competitions, stuff like it's going to happen. Especially because people do get greedy and do get cutthroat for money.
Sure.
Like, there's no way to happen.
But that doesn't matter because his name is so big and his star power is so big. He should have thought that stuff through and designed it better so that something like that didn't happen, right? Like it doesn't.
He should be the example,
right? Because his whole thing is that he's trying to change the game, right? He's trying to elevate his craft that he's been doing. That's all he talks about, right? He wants to make things bigger and better. But if you're doing the same thing that everybody else is doing, you're not making it better, right? You're just keeping the shitty thing going, right? So like. Just being like, no, like it happens everywhere. So like, what do you expect? Like, I expect him to be better because that's all he talks about is him being better, right? or him making better content. Like
there is no method though. Now maybe he should have waited.
No, you design it differently. You plan it out better and you design it differently. You make it so that things aren't as chaotic, and if it is chaos, you make it controlled chaos. You don't have to make it something where it's like there is a danger of being trampled because it's an all-out dash to get something, right?
But the thing though, everyone is saying like they were trampled, but we don't know the extent of that. Like that is a nice buzzword to like say like, oh, this terrible thing happened. Now, if like we don't have the footage, we don't know what actually happened. Like, and of course, because the heat he's taking right now, of course, is the perfect time to take shots at Mr. Beast. And I'm not saying he did nothing wrong, because we could look at the video and it could be a bunch of dudes stepping on women's heads, climbing up something, and it's like, whoa, like there's no way that should have happened.
I mean, but like, what's the point in not believing these people?
Yeah.
I mean, because people lie to get money, like.
Right, but you're not going to give them any money.
No, but these people, if you're the person that this happened to, you're going to get money from all these stories.
Nobody's paying them to report on this. That's not how that works. Like
you're telling me that people aren't going to want to interview these people after the show comes out and be like, what happened?
No, but these news sites and stuff like that who are reporting on it are not paying these people. Like this story is like just going out there and they're interviewing them. Yes. And sure, they may go on like a daytime talk show and like get paid for something like that. But like that still doesn't explain why you wouldn't just believe them and then, you know, change how you feel about it after more comes out. Like,
but my thing is, how do we, like, the thing is, we just don't know. And I'm not going to say, because if he's wrong, he's wrong. But if someone is just being a sore loser and then now is just like, oh, this was not fair because all this stuff happened and this happened to me, like they stepped on my hand, like, and I was trampled on, like, it could just be someone like being a sore loser.
I know. So what do you get out of not being charitable on the onset?
Because same where people are gonna jump and like kill his name and his show.
No. That's not what I'm asking. What does James Lopez get out of not being charitable to these people?
I'm not gonna kill this show, and I'm not gonna like because what does it matter to like?
Because Mr. Beast Jimmy's gonna give Jaime $10 million, dude.
Mr. Beast is never gonna do this.
I know, but so that's what I'm saying. Like if it's free for you to believe them or free for you not to believe them,
though.
Right?
So
I know.
What difference does it make though? Like, why would it?
Because in one, you're being charitable to people who most likely did go through pretty terrible shit. Like you're come on, like you know just as well, just from the things that you said earlier, that like terrible shit happens during these reality TV shows. And this is the first reality TV show he's ever put on. You don't think horrendous shit like that happened?
But it's terrible to like everyday life. Like it's not, the things that happen to these people are not scarring them for life. Like,
well, you don't know that. Day. Hold on, you don't know that. Like really terrible shit like that could have happened that could scar them. You know, it's just a matter of like you said, you don't know. But like, there's no reason not to be charitable to these people until something comes out that says that this didn't happen, right? Because
and especially if it's like a reputable source like the New York Times, not like Screen Scrunt.
Yeah, now if Scrunt was saying this, then I'd be like, oh, I don't know. But like, yeah, you have people like the New York Times reporting on this. This is not some rag, you know, that like hasn't been around for 100 fucking years. This is the New York Times. Like this is bigger than shit like that, right? They're not the Inquisitor or whatever. So like what we're saying is like there's no reason not to be charitable to them, right?
Sure, even if it happened though, it's like you did a physical competition and you got hurt.
Yeah. Like that's still not okay though.
But if you play football and then someone hits you and you break your leg.
But if you play football, you're guaranteed a check.
Under certain circumstances, sure.
But it's completely different though. But also it's like I don't understand why you would want to go to bat for fucking this guy. You know? Like there's no reason, I guess, to believe him over them, right? And he's not even denying any of this so far. I don't think he's spoken out about it at all. which doesn't help the case either to like show that it did or didn't happen, right?
I text correct that New York Times article. So they interviewed over like a dozen people who participated in this first game, and they said that they have not received adequate food or medical care, and that some competitors had suffered injuries from physical challenges. They said, quote, "We signed up for the show, but we didn't sign up for being fed or watered or treated like human beings." Yeah, I mean...
Yeah, because it says they were fed 2 times, and then they could be fed a 3rd time for something or whatever. And then they did have like dietary concerns. You did submit a dietary thing. Now, if you submit your dietary thing, and a production person or Jimmy himself says, "Oh, I know you submitted it, but screw you," then yes, that's totally wrong. That person, well, one was given a disadvantage in the competition. So that defeats the whole purpose of like trying to keep things fair.
And this one said several contestants that they have been served food that they were allergic to, and that alternatives were not provided.
I didn't know that. That's fucked.
We were treated horribly, a contestant said. They took on this challenge of 2,000 competitors that they should have known that they needed an enormous crew to handle this correctly.
See, even just shit like that, like trying to skeleton crew it, that right off the bat is fucked up.
Because when Mr. Beast first started, he had like one of his friends had 3 jobs.
Yeah.
Well, this is backed by Amazon, so like it's a combination of Mr. Beast, and then I think this is on Amazon, right?
It is on Amazon, yeah.
Yeah. So it's them too. Like, but
if they're letting him produce it, then I'm sure they're expecting his production company to be able to handle something like this because he signed a fucking contract for it. Like, you could argue that like Amazon is at fault, which I would. Amazon should have been they should have had somebody there, executive producing the bitch, like actually watching everything going on. Like,
don't know if that did or didn't happen though.
No, I know. If it didn't happen, they're at fault, and if it did happen, that executive producer's at fault specifically.
They're still at fault. But, like, no matter what, it's Mr. Beast and Amazon that is at fault for this.
I ain't going to bat for Jeff Bezos. I hope these people sue the fuck out of that guy. I hope he gets fucked in court. Yeah, because the whole situation is so fucked.
Not saying anything. So it's Amazon.
Yeah, they declined to comment. Yeah.
I mean, go ahead.
So this is done. So if it's Amazon MGM Studios, that means they're the ones that produced it. So like they're the ones that are like backing everything. And
does he not have a production company?
Not that I know of. No. I mean, he could though.
I'm looking it up right now.
But like I don't know what he would have produced, right?
His production company would work on all of his YouTube videos. You don't have to make like a legit TV show to be a production company.
Let's see. It's appear Mr. Beast videos.
But no.
Yeah, I mean, the only thing is where it's like, this is a new story because it is Mr. Beast's reality show that this happened to. But until they...
No, I don't think so. I mean, this shit came out, like, this story happened the same time last year, too. Like, about all the other ones.
But I'm saying, like, this stuff happens in reality TV all the time. Until they get a hold on the whole genre as a whole, this will continue to happen. Like, Mr. Beast may only have this one season or whatever, but they really do need to get I don't know who gets involved or whatever, because it's all these different companies, stuff done overseas and stuff like that, where they need to do some better regulating, because, like, stuff like this literally happens all the time.
Well, yeah, but this isn't the first time that anybody's reported on it, though. Like, they've been reporting on it, especially pretty heavily over the last couple of years with things like Love is Blind, I think, right? Where they didn't feed anybody, right? Like, reports are coming out about that. The only problem is that reality TV shows were a thing so that, like, the, what are they called? The unions weren't a part of it. Like, the whole point of a reality TV show is so that the writers' union isn't a part of it, right? Well, it's one
of those things where it's hard to ever truly regulate, though, because
it's really not. You just have to have someone on the staff who's not a piece of shit.
But that's it. They will continue to go to more regulate. So if you are a part of a union, they are 100% not putting you on the reality show. Like, they would.
They have to have union, like, shooters and, like, union gaffers, union lighters, all of that stuff. Like, those have to be union. They're not producing television shows that don't have union like hand workers. They did it just so that they didn't have to have union writers was the big thing. But like they don't just have some random dude with a camera and like the audio people are all like
staff though is like legitimate staff. I'm talking about the contestants are always going to be random people that are trying to get out of the situation, and a lot of them will go on these shows and will take this beating and not say a goddamn word. So that's why it's kind of hard to get like because even though people are saying something,
but you can't be victim blaming though either.
Yeah.
No, but that's the truth of the situation though. Like
but then it kind of sounds like the studio's being predatory. Then
they are being predatory.
Reality TV is predatory.
But when you have people who don't believe the victims, that doesn't help the situation either. When you have people who are like, well, I don't know, maybe we should wait a little longer. Like that doesn't help, you know.
When you have people just blindly defending Jimmy Mr. Beast because he's Jimmy Mr. Beast.
Yeah, because I'm
defending him because of the stuff that I have read shows like they fed like if they fed them stuff that is like if you're allergic to nuts and they gave you which it sounds like they did. It sounds like they 100% did.
Feastable
with almonds in it. Yeah.
Now, unfortunately, because there's some of the competitions are out there, if you go in there and if you are vegan and they don't have a vegan option,
but bro, they're not on an island. They did this shit inside of a fucking inside of a stadium. They got access to food.
It doesn't matter if you're on an island nowadays. Bezos could have, if they were on an island, Bezos.
That's true. Yeah, it doesn't matter. You're right. So your point. So your point is even more moot. Like it really doesn't matter.
On Survivor, though, it's not the point that they don't have the stuff. It's that they're willing to not give you it to because you're supposed to. But
this isn't supposed to be Survivor.
Oh, I don't know that.
No, bro.
What is it?
What is this game show? Survivor in a fucking stadium? Is that what you're saying? No, that's not what this is billed as.
You watch Mr. Jimmy's videos, dude. What are his videos all the time? You gotta survive in a box for 30 hours. What else? You gotta.
Yeah, I mean, basically, but like, still.
I mean, it's normally his videos are normally psychological. You have all your resources, but you're gonna blow your brains out because you're stuck in a box.
Yeah, but psychological is different than hey, I know you're allergic to nuts, but we're giving you a fucking D's nuts bar. Like, no,
sorry, buddy.
That's different.
Now, if you're like allergies are allergies, but if you're like I'm gluten intolerant, like I'm not going on any kind of show like that.
Yeah, but you didn't go on this show at all. So like, you know, but like if they're asking you for your allergy shit, that's beyond it. Like then there's no reason because they've already done it. And according to a reputable news source, they did that. They said, "Do you have allergies?" They said, "Yes, I have these allergies." And they went, "Okay, here's 6 pounds of that thing." Yeah. No, and then they chewed on the paper and spit it into their fucking mouth and was like, "There's lunch, bitch."
Now make this quick. Eat this Feastable and tell me it's good.
Yeah.
Let me get your reaction.
Meanwhile, they're gaunt. They've lost 75 fucking pounds because they haven't eaten anything. They've been sleeping in the same pair of peed on shorts for the last 5 days and shit. I mean, they also weren't like giving them changes of clothes and shit like that, which is super unsanitary. Like not very good for you. They gave them
5 days worth of clothing, but some of the people didn't get theirs. I don't know what that's about.
They were just withholding the clothes from them. Fuck them. Yeah. Nope. We haven't decided that you get clothes
for it, buddy.
But you were also you were able to leave at any time, though.
Yeah, but
it's
what
not
the
like
fuck?
They were held against their will.
No, fine, sure. That's the case with anything, but like.
I mean, if I go there and then I'm like, hey, I'm allergic to strawberries, and they're like, oh, well, the only thing we have is strawberry shakes, I'd have been like, all right, I'm out.
Like, bro, but like what?
But a game show shouldn't be held like that.
Yeah, you should have higher odds. Yeah, and you should have higher standards for that shit. You know, like.
But they're gonna whittle out people, like, because that could have, which is, if that's the case, that's
you're saying
wrong.
That's a challenge.
And bullshit, yo. No, because that's stretching, dog.
If production wants certain characters to win for the story, there's no telling that the production team does not get involved and skew things towards certain challenges. So like, and I only can go off on the reality show. So in the challenge, there was a thing where one of the contestants, he has literally like one hand pretty much, like he was born with like a birth defect, and there was a thing saying he's gonna flip these cards and no matter what he's going in. So production, to like literally try to almost make him chicken out, they picked a game where the goal was you had to punch through a drywall and climb up the drywall. And you have to like punch through a drywall and climb up it against like the other competitor. So of course he lost because he's at a competitive disadvantage. He has one hand.
That's different. That's a competition. That's now if there was an eating competition and they said you got to eat 1,000 nuts. That's one thing, right? But this is there's no competition happening. We are giving you food for sustenance.
Behind the scenes.
There's no fucking cameras rolling. Here's your food. Oh wait, it's a mountain of nut. Like that's different.
I would really just need to know what the allergies are. Like, if you're legit gonna die.
No. Any allergies, though, is like, it's uncalled for. Like, why are you giving them the thing they're allergic to?
Dude, if they're like, all right, we only have cheese quesadillas and milkshakes, I'm like, shit.
But that's one thing. That's one thing. You're shitting your brains out. You're making a problem for them at that point, like, you know?
We don't have an extra pair of pants for you, Jaime. We're sorry.
Yeah, and you gotta sleep in your shitty pants.
Hey, I think I'm winning because no one's gonna want to be around me.
You know they're sequestering you off. They're shoving you in a fucking hole like, somewhere. Throw them in solitary confinement. Fuck them.
Of course they gave out Mr. Beast bars though. That's like his biggest thing right now.
Yeah, and they're probably expired too. Fucking bastards.
It was the old one.
Yeah, it was the original. It was original recipe for sure.
Ugh.
The ones that tasted like straight fucking throw up, bro. Yuck. I mean,
also, too, which is extremely crazy on his part and by him and Amazon, which is dumb. None of these other reality shows have anywhere near this many competitors. Like, if you have 40 2,000.
2,000, yeah.
See, it was a mess from the start. That's how you know they're abusing these people, bro. There's not enough fucking handler to people ratio.
But
there ain't no way.
They're not abusing these people, but they definitely didn't have the right.
So a little bit of famishness is okay.
If you're not feeding them, that is abuse. That's hard
okay
stop. No, fuck that.
No, they are giving them food. What happened is they probably ran out of food.
Oh hell no!
Certain dietary.
It's like when you're in the plane. You're in the back of the plane, dude. They run out of fucking.
They got no nuts.
Vegetarian meal.
You got fingernail clippings.
You have to eat the vegetarian meal.
Yeah, they got fingernail clippings, and that's it, dude. No, fuck that. That's abuse.
A show with 2,000 people, like literally these shows that have like big cast is like 40, 50 people max, and
that even seems unwieldy.
10 to 30.
Yeah,
over 30 is too many. 30 is too many. Honestly, 10 to 20 is what you want.
So now you're gonna believe the New York Times, Jaime?
No, he doesn't. Still,
no. These people had a bad time. I don't think they're being abused though.
Bro, you're crazy. They're serving them shit that they said specifically I'm allergic to.
Those people.
Come on.
Like,
the story isn't that everybody was abused. The story was that people were abused. But like, it doesn't matter if it was all 2,000 of them or if it was only 15 of them.
If he abused all 2,000.
Nah, it really does not. Go ahead, Eric.
So if they abuse an old man, it's all right. He's about to die.
He's already about to die. Fuck him. We're not gonna give him no depends. Fuck him. Why'd you come without bringing your own shit pants?
And it's how do they abuse him? Like, what do? They beat him up?
Nah, they took away his walker and said, "Figure it out, you old fuck."
Yeah.
They kicked him in the fucking head while they were walking by him and said, "Oi, gov."
Yeah, I mean, if they're kicking people in the head, like, that's
definitely the abuse doesn't have to be physical to make it abuse. Okay, you can abuse people in other ways.
Sure.
But
damn, so we got Bear Grylls is out here abusing these people when they're going in the wilderness with him.
You are not comparing Bear Grylls.
They didn't get no other clothes. They had to wash their shit in the ocean. Oh man, Bear Grylls,
your simp is showing crazy right now, dude. Your simp is showing crazy.
Goes in his hotel and you're sleeping in a tent. Goddamn, Bear Grylls.
That man 100% does not use hotels.
I don't know. There's been some allegations that came out.
There are some allegations on Bear Grylls.
Yeah.
But then again,
there's a lot of
But that's like a celebrity going with Bear Grylls. That's like a one-on-one situation.
Yeah.
It's not.
He's willing to do it with them. He's willing to do it with anybody, dude.
2,000 people went with Bear Grylls. Some of them are getting left behind, abused.
Yeah, but fucking leave them behind.
They would die. People literally die. He's actually in the wild. This is at least some more controlled area.
Shit, barely. It doesn't really sound like it.
Yeah, but if they were in the wild, or if they were doing imagine doing Alone with 2,000 people.
No, imagine doing Alone under Mr. Beast. Then you're dead. You just die.
100% those people would die.
The radios don't work. Most of them ain't got batteries in them. The flint that they give you doesn't spark. You got fucking lighters with no fluid in them and shit.
Shit, all Alone does though, but those people have legitimate survivor skills and they know what they're signing up for. Like, you don't go on Alone.
But on Alone, they have medical personnel checking on you.
Yeah,
hey, I think this foot's about to be fucking toast.
Jimmy's got that shitty fucking ugly fuck coming in making dumb your mom jokes and being like, and you don't get food, bitch.
Yeah. That'd be crazy.
Was that dude's name Mr. Wisconsin or something?
Nah, No, you're talking about Mr. Delaware. Yeah, Jimmy's got pedophiles coming in and checking on you.
The crazy part about that is when I found out that person is like the brother-in-law for Jake the Viking, because I'm like, dang. Like, Jake the Viking hates Mr. Beast now.
Yeah, because he hired a pedophile.
But no, that's
I know the backstory.
You know what I mean, but it's just like, that's crazy. So to like, what Ava did is totally wrong, but it's just kind of funny where he's like, oh, but my brother-in-law though, like it's a misunderstanding, this thing that happened. And
no, he didn't even say that it was false. He didn't even say that they were false allegations. Yeah, he was like, this is exactly what happened. She made allegations, never said they were false allegations, and he just pled guilty. Bro, I ain't pleading guilty to shit. Y'all better take me to court.
They're like, he took a plea deal, you know, something.
He's supposed to be off his record this year. But my thing is, have that same energy for him as you do Ava, though, Jake the Viking, all right? Not one or the other.
One of them's trans and the other one ain't.
I have the same energy, dude. I have the same energy for everything.
I also do. That's why I got the same energy for fucking Jimmy's bitch ass. Yeah. Be better, Jimmy, you punk ass bitch. And put me on your show. Better, dude. He could have done better. I think that's my biggest problem.
He needs to hire better staff and more staff.
Yeah,
and probably it's 100% a staffing issue. Like, because it's not even like they did probably run out of supplies, but it's also a staffing issue. If you had 100 hands that can go get new stuff, it's all about them trying to spend as little as possible. Because the way he probably did this was, I could do $5 million because $5 million for a reality show is so much money.
It was a $500 or it was a $50 million deal.
Yeah, it was way more than that.
No, but $5 million of that deal is to the contestant. Yeah. So you have to take that out of the deal he made.
So yes, if you say they give him 50 mil, most people would have done 49.5 mil, and then they would give him $500,000.
Yeah,
because the overhead is way
it's $100 million.
They gave him $100 million.
$100 million.
Nah, that's unacceptable, dude.
Get the fuck out of here, bro.
$1 million, yeah.
Oh hell nah. Yeah, see, that's unacceptable. It's unacceptable.
Even with that amount of money, 2,000 people is way too much. The fact that he should have done this with honestly 100 people max.
Yeah, there were fundamental flaws the whole way. The whole way.
Yeah.
Like,
because it sounds boisterous. Bastard. 2,000 people, $5 million. Like, I understand what he was trying to do, but once it got bad, they should have reeled back. They should have been like, "Hey, we're stopping production for a couple of days. Let's get because does Amazon do any other like reality stuff? Like, I mean, but they're big enough. There's no way they shouldn't have called in people from these other reality things.
Yeah.
But yeah, he totally mismanaged this. And like that's the biggest thing he did was mismanagement. Like, and then it led to all this other stuff.
Well, and then it's just another thing of like another YouTuber being a piece of shit and ruining it for everybody else, you know, which fucking sucks.
Well, no one else is going to get this opportunity because if Mr. Beast can't do this, nobody can do it.
Well, yeah, that's what they'll think. Yeah. We could do it. We could do it though.
Well, I mean,
you wouldn't handle the people, James, but we could do it. You designed the games. Me and Eric got everything else.
I can't even design the games because you'll be like, there's this person. You gotta pull each other over walls, and then someone's gonna dislocate their arm, and I'm gonna be the bad guy.
No, if they dislocate their arms, is different. Now, if you're like, all right, now if there's someone with no arms, and then you're like, oh yeah, you gotta fucking clap. The aim of the game is to clap.
Now you gotta use your mouth to climb up the wall.
Jumping and shit.
The Sidemen did on their YouTube channel, and then one of their side channels, they did a reality show called Inside for 7 days, and it was like seven people in a house. Like it was a real world style Big Brother type thing. Mm-hmm. Like do something like that. Like try to do the competition shows are so hard, but
he needs to go above and beyond just because he's Jimmy.
Survivor, The Challenge, and Big Brother have a ton of issues, and they've been doing these shows for 20, 30 years. Like
it's just unbridled fucking confidence, unearned confidence.
To take this on without now, if he did this with MTV, CBS, someone like, well, it's all done owned by CBS now, like even the challenge stuff. It's like if he had been backed by CBS, this could have worked because they have the checks and balances in place, and they would have gave him a team that could make this happen.
So it's 1,000 contestants, by the way.
Okay, so what's a 2,000 thing? Did it start with 2,000?
I don't know, but I've been seeing 1,000 the more that I read it. Okay, I just want to make sure. If you're gonna bitch in the comments, do it extra loud for us now.
But even that doesn't make a difference.
No. Anything,
not even a little.
Like you said, anything over 30 is like, bro, if a fucking high school teacher can't teach the size of this class, what the fuck are you doing right now?
Yeah.
Like adults, over 30 adults is crazy. That is wild. Yeah, he's just,
so
being a piece of shit.
The first competition, it involved 5 teams of 400 people pulling ropes attached to 10,000 pound weight as fast as possible. The issue began. So, of course, all the men want to be on one. It's some Squid Game shit. All the men want to be on the same team. Mm-hmm. What they should have done,
but the Squid Game is a TV show, fake.
No, Squid Game is like the worst version of reality TV.
Yeah. No, I mean there are like psychological things behind that too, though. It's not like unheard of that people would do it. I would. I'd be like, I need the biggest, strongest looking motherfuckers out here to do this physical challenge.
But like, so this
and
is
2,000 people. They got
it is
2,000.
Okay, so
you would want. Yes, in that situation, the issue is once it's lack of staff. So they had all these people, and it says contestants were shoving while production staff was unable to calm the crowd. What they should have done is section these people off into different areas, and then it's like, because even if it's 2,000, 500, like, so groups of 500
is still so
too
fucking
much.
Crazy, bro. That's so many people.
It's still too much, but you could. If you have, but the thing is, you're probably going to still need 400 staff members is a thing. You need like 100 people in each area.
Yeah.
Which is not going to happen because in any reality show, in any TV show, it's too much staff. You cannot afford it. The overhead is way too high. So the solution is don't have 2,000 and 1,000 people.
Mm-hmm. So you agree. Jimmy's piece of shit and fucked this up.
He made a bad decision on the start of it,
but
snowballed. But
a bad decision is different, right? A bad decision is accidentally hiring the wrong person because you thought they were qualified versus I got this big lump of fucking cash and I ain't gonna put none of it towards the staff. I ain't putting none of it towards the fucking staff. I'm thin little staff. That's more than just making a mistake. No, he's being a greedy piece of shit.
He thought that the way he was gonna run it was gonna work.
No way. I think what he thought was, I hope this fucking works. If this works, this is going to be great. That's exactly what he thought. But there was no...
He's thinking on a YouTube level.
Mm-hmm.
It's much bigger than that now.
It is. He is thinking this scale... Like, my thing is, if this was year 5 of Mr. Beast's show, it could have been done. Year 1 to try this is crazy.
But so you're Mr. Human beings are the fucking worst, but you can't agree that he was just being a greedy piece of shit here?
Well, I don't know. Like, was he getting a ton of money? Like,
bro, he's the creative mind behind it. That's just it.
His videos now, though, he puts most of the money back into it. Like, how much of this money is he taking? Now, if you're like, oh, he took $40 million, $20 million, then 100%.
I mean, what, you think he took a $50 and was like, I'm going to put this into my next TV show? Like, that's still being a greedy piece of shit. And for every dollar he didn't put towards having it well funded and like the actual setup of the show have as much money as possible, he's being a greedy piece of shit.
But what if he did put all the money towards it?
There's no fucking way. There's no way.
But we don't know that. Like,
so you're giving him the benefit of the doubt and saying he put $95 million into the show. No way.
Based on the videos he's done so far, based off track record, yes.
No, absolutely not. You're crazy.
Now, if he said, "Oh no, I only put 30% back into videos,"
he's never going to say how much he took out of it.
No, not at this point.
No, but like just from the staffing alone, you know that they didn't fucking put enough money into this. There's no way.
Well, no, they needed for that many contestants. The budget needed to be bigger. Like regardless.
Maybe he just needed to put more of the money into the show itself.
Let's see how. Like I guess we probably need some comparison to see how much.
I don't know. At this point, I think we should just wrap it up.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, look, we get it. You love Mr. Beast.
Yeah, you love him, dude.
Yeah.
No,
it's okay to love him.
Yeah.
How reality shows are run, unfortunately, and it's.
I mean, but that doesn't make it okay.
Yeah.
No.
He is a greedy piece of shit. Because if he wasn't,
we don't know that.
No, I do know that he's a greedy piece of shit. I can confidently say that.
I'm just calling him greedy, not a piece of shit.
Oh, okay. Hey.
No, he's more of a piece of shit than greedy in this situation.
I don't know. I'll give him both. You know what? I think Jimmy's earned that. 800 videos in, he's earned it. Hey, I'm just trying to be like you, James. I'm expecting the worst out of humankind, and I'm putting it on Jimmy. He's a greedy piece of shit. That's just it. You know? And it's cool. Sometimes you're a greedy piece of shit. I stole a pack of batteries once. Jimmy didn't feed people.
So they're saying that the Squid Game, the challenge or whatever, how many people did they have?
Oh, bro, I don't know. Yeah, we're trying to wrap this up, James. We're 42 minutes in.
That took like 15 $15 million to make.
Oh my god. Why are you doing this? Not even that curly. Stop. What are you doing? You're going to be mad when I'm on later than you want me to be, and it's going to be because of this. What'd you say about Squid Games, James? I'm sorry.
That said, roughly the estimates that it cost $15 million to make that.
So, okay, if he got $100 million and he put $15 million, what the fuck do you think he spent the other $80 million on?
That's the Netflix, the Squid Game, the challenge that they did.
No, I know.
They did that with $15 million.
They had 456.
People?
Yeah.
Okay.
So he had. Well,
let's say 1,000 though, right? Because at the 2,000,
we don't know how
that's first day.
Yeah.
I think first day you cut it in half. Yeah.
Then it doesn't matter.
That's what I'm figuring happened. So it's really 1,000, but there's
so
still
twice as much people.
There's no way he put $30 million towards it.
And
no way.
The prize for the Netflix one was 4.56 million.
But that wasn't counting the 15 mil, I don't think. Like, so they probably had like a separate pot for that.
Yeah, I think overall it's $20 million to produce that. Homie got $100 million. I haven't heard anything bad about the Squid Game challenge thing.
I heard they didn't pay the lady, but
oh, that's pretty bad.
but
she ate.
Yeah,
she got food she could eat,
and also they didn't have the fucking New York Times article.
There was complaints about that too, about the living conditions there, about bathrooms and stuff.
Yeah, from Screen Scrant.
I mean, from everybody. Like Eddie, there's no way to run a reality show and that not happen.
Eric found receipts though. We'll follow up on it next week.
He didn't find receipts. I looked at my article myself. He didn't send it to me.
No, I thought you said you did post the Wall Street Journal article, Eric. Did you not?
No, I didn't.
Oh, damn.
I found my own receipts.
Well, he told you where to look. He told you where to look.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, we're putting this to an end. You can bring it up next week. Hopefully more comes out so that we know for sure how much of a piece of shit Jimmy is. Or if he is or isn't, maybe he might pin it on someone else.
Apologize,
Look,
he's 100% gonna pin it on somebody else.
It might be a Shohei Ohtani situation, all right?
Yeah.
You never know. He could have a fall guy. You never know. He's the best YouTuber to ever do it, just like Shohei's
really
the best.
Just put it on Ava and say Ava ran the whole thing.
Oh, that'd be fucking wild. Yo, I mean, that'd be the perfect scapegoat. All right. Until next week. We love you guys. Bye.
See you.
Bye.